What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Rational American. Today, we're going to be talking about what happened today in Nashville and how this is different and something that I realized today about people in general. So I just don't understand how, no matter how crazy you are, no matter how batshit nutty you are, I don't know how people could go out and do what this lady did today. And I'm misgendering. I don't care. Okay? She was a monster. And she killed 3 little children and 3 adults at a Nashville school. So for anyone that doesn't know what happened today, because you haven't been paying attention, a woman, 28-year-old woman from Nashville that identifies as a man and as a transgender person, according to the police, plotted an attack on a Christian school in Nashville, Tennessee this morning. It's so crazy. It's not a biological male. Stop reporting stuff that's not true. It's a biological female. And that's the problem. And to be honest, it is confusing because you heard the press say it was, living as a female, but that's not the truth. It's a biological female that wants to be a dude, I believe. Or I don't even know. Like the whole fucking, dude, it's a mental fucking illness. Okay? This video is probably going to get nuked. I'm so annoyed with all this stuff. I don't want to try to pussyfoot around what I want to say just so I don't misgender or, ungender. What? Who cares? Some fucking nutbag walked into a school and executed children. Executed children. I don't care about the sexuality of said person. I know that's what everybody's talking about. All the right-wingers on fucking social media love this shit because that's all they see. Oh, God damn. It's so annoying. Little kids, dude. Little kids. Little kids. And I just don't understand how anybody could be that evil. Do you know what I mean? That evil to go into a school and do that. I don't know, man. It's absolutely crazy. But you can't not play into the trans part of this, the aspect of the story, because this fucking nutbag wrote a manifesto and the police chief said that it looks like this is because of the transgender thing. So this person fucking targeted little children because of religion. Because of religion. It's insane, dude. It's insane. And nobody's going to pay attention to that. Listen, guys, I saw these lefty nutbags are being like, well, this is an oddity. Usually, I saw one person say 100% of the mass shootings, or actually, I believe he said 93% of all mass shootings since Columbine were committed by white people, which is fucking false. Tell me all the Philly school shootings. We got viewers from Philly. Tell me all those Philly school shootings. So far this year, there's been like 10 of them. Tell me that those are by white people. They don't count those. Mainstream media doesn't talk about them. They don't count them. They're inner city. Those people do not matter to America anymore. That's why they don't do it. Dude, it's so disturbing. Everybody wants to talk, it's a majority of the time. It's like one other person on Twitter, 100% of these mass shootings are committed by AR-15s. No! 72% of all mass shootings are committed by people with handguns. And about 60% of those are illegally possessing said handgun. But nobody cares. Nobody wants to pay attention. You can't solve the issue. God, President Biden gets up today, right? And here's the funny thing. Because I even heard the media trying to apologize for Biden, saying that maybe he didn't know about this mass shooting. Well, that's weird because Karine Jean-Pierre, during her White House press briefing, she opened up the press briefing talking about how the president was briefed about it. So then what's he do? He goes down to this women's thing, this Small Business Administration, honoring women thing, and he goes down and he talks about ice cream. I just don't understand why we are so flawed. And then when he finally does talk about it, he talks about how we have to ban assault rifles. Do you not understand just how fucking batshit crazy? Excuse the language, everyone. This one's not for kids. Does anyone not understand how batshit crazy everything is today? I mean it. Just across the board. How batshit crazy. We literally gave on International Women's Day, we gave a dude in a dress an award. We all did. As much as you don't want to say, we did. The United States of America, the government. We have an admiral that is in the hell. It's not even a real military commission, but we have someone that plays dress up every single day. I don't understand. I don't understand. They talk about red flag laws. Damn it! I will tell you what. I'm for red flag laws. If right now, I'm for red flag laws. If you are coded with gender dysphoria, you should not be able to own a gun. Statistically, you have a higher likelihood of going out and killing kids now than white people do, than white males do. There's 1.6 transgender people in the United States, 1.6 million transgender people in the United States. There's 223 million white males in the United States. And they want to blame white males for everything all the time. I don't understand the fucking bullshit that's going on. I don't understand why it's acceptable to do anything. And I try to be like nice. I try to be understanding. I try to make sense of this stuff. I try to be whatever. I can't. I just don't understand, dude. I don't understand. To me, and I've said this, and a lot of you guys disagree. A lot of you guys, I believe that if a dude wants to live as a woman, fine. Don't force it upon other people. But maybe I'm truly wrong about that, because if one person, you can't, like you always hear, you can't let one person represent the entire group of people. It's not that. You have literal people that are holding events outside of kids' places. Dude, there was like one yesterday in Louisville. It's all over the country. I don't know. I try to be like nice and diplomatic about it. I just don't. But it's hard, because now I'm just thinking about these kids, the 3 kids. You know what? I'm not even thinking about that. I cried today. I saw a photo on Twitter of a little baby, a little kid, on a bus, with her hand on the window, and she is bawling. There is no fucking reason why kids have to experience that. There's no reason. I don't care if it means, here's the thing. Politicians don't give a fuck about any of this. Republicans are all about Second Amendment this, Second Amendment that. If you want to pass something, right? You want to pass gun control, do it on an individual per bill basis. Because here's the thing, who doesn't lock up their guns? Do you have kids in your house and you don't lock up your guns? Guess what? You're a shitty person. Lock up your guns if your kids are in the house. My guns are all locked up when I'm out of the house. Matter of fact, I've got guns everywhere. They're all locked up, every single one of them. I don't understand. But and this is what the Democrats do. They package a bill of gun control legislation. Some of them America could get on board with like locking up guns when kids are in the house. And if you don't believe in locking up your guns when your kids are in the house, I don't think it's responsible. I don't. You know how you have to use those things to cover the outlets because kids are so fucking stupid? They'll stick things in the outlets even though you've told them a million times not to do it. As babies, you still got to do that. Remember putting the things on the cabinets to make sure the kids don't get up to all the cleaning supplies? I saw people today, I posted on Twitter, I said, listen, pass a standalone gun control or gun lock, safe, whatever the fuck, to keep guns locked up. I said, pass a common sense one. America would back it. To my surprise, people are like, no, I would back it. That my rights are being infringed. What? How are your rights being infringed? If you have kids in your house, you shouldn't have guns laying around. As simple as that. Simple as that. And when your kids are gone, fucking guns everywhere. That's the American way. I don't understand. I don't understand why common sense shit can't get done. And I do understand it, right? Because Democrats know they could pass that, right? Republicans would pass that too, right? It's all about protecting kids. So locking up guns makes sense, right? So if you pass that by itself, but no, they try to package red flag laws. Red flag laws don't work. They're taken advantage of. If red flag laws did work, you know what? Mental health would be a disqualifier for owning a gun. Red flag laws, everyone could advocate for this. Red flag laws could have potentially saved these lives today. if they had them in Tennessee, and gender dysphoria was one of the disqualifiers. I'm not saying it should be, but if you have gender dysphoria, which, and another side effect of that happens to be depression, according to the DNS whatever fucking bullshit, the science thing, DSM-5-TR, it's a mental health issue. I don't know, man. I don't know. It's just, it's annoying. It's not even annoying. It's so concerning that I know that Republicans are going to be, and I even said this to my wife, Republicans are going to be super super focused on paying attention to the fact that this chick was trans, and which again plays a massive part. Because apparently there was a manifesto. She drew out maps. She planned this whole fucking thing to a T to kill these children. That's how fucking, oh my God. And the parents, I know this is an adult, but dude, the parents need to be, how do you not know? If you live in a home with an adult and that adult is planning to go and kill kids, how do you not understand that? I don't understand. You know, Fox News can't even report the fucking truth. They're saying that, oh, they left doors unlocked. No, they didn't. They said it in the press conference that they played on Fox News. And they're saying, oh, they left a side door unlocked. No, they didn't. According to the police chief, she shot through the door to gain access into the building. Why the fuck? Why wasn't there bulletproof glass? Why do we even need bulletproof glass in schools? People want to say, oh, it's guns and guns and guns. How do you stop? Like, here's the truth. How do you stop this? Right? Everyone doesn't want red flag laws. They say it's a mental health issue. I agree. It is a mental health issue, especially in this case. But how do you stop that? And how do you stop that person from acquiring a gun if they're suffering from mental health issues and nobody says anything? Because according to what we're seeing is there was no outward signs of this from family or from neighbors or anything like that. So how do you stop it? And that's a question for Republicans, because Republicans say, oh, it's all a mental health issue. We just got to, conquer mental health, and then we can get rid of this senseless violence that's happening in our schools, right? Well, how do you do that? It doesn't make any sense. Someone said, if it born a male, I'm calling it a male. Yeah, it wasn't. It was a female that wanted to be a man. Someone said, "Oh, you're a liberal." No, what I'm saying is, how do you do it? How do you stop? The left says red flag laws. The right says mental health. But how do you stop that person from getting the guns? Because the right doesn't believe in red flag laws because they could be easily manipulated and abused, as they already have. And they don't fucking work. Buffalo shooter, perfect example. They should have been barred from owning a gun. They should have been barred from going and buying guns because the kid threatened to shoot up his high school. But the police didn't do their job. He wasn't put on some registry, and he was able to go buy a gun and then kill all those black people in the supermarket. They had red flag laws there. They had red flag laws in the other shooting. I forgot where. The Christmas shooting or something like that. They had red flag laws in place there. The kid's dad bought it for him. You know what I'm saying? But what I'm trying to say is, how do you stop this? Because the left wants to say red flag laws, ban AR-15s. Okay, it doesn't matter. 72% of all mass shootings across the United States, and it's about equal with school shootings. There's been 80 school-related shootings so far this year. Those are not done with AR-15s. The majority of those shootings are done with handguns. You don't hear about them because it's black kids. And I'll say it a million times. That's why they don't talk about it. That's why mainstream media doesn't talk about it. How many of you guys, how many of you guys know that there was just another shooting outside of Philly school? How many of you know that kids have literally died while playing football at schools across America this year? Not because their heart stopped because of vaccines, nothing like that. No, because they got shot. They don't talk about them because those are inner city, so it's not the same thing. I even saw one news outlet, I forgot which one it was, where they were talking about school shootings, and it literally says, unlike other data sources, this information includes gang shootings, domestic violence shootings, and sports games and after-hours events, because that's what should matter. I don't know why nobody else talks about that. Why don't they talk about any of that stuff? What about we have a pandemic of kids killing other kids in this country. It happens all the time. It happens every day. Chicago, Philly, New York City. It happens. Kids are dying all over the place. Nobody cares about all that. They just care, oh, let's remove AR-15s because those are the big issues. Doesn't make any fucking sense, dude. Doesn't make any sense. Candy Connor said those kids are products of their environment. Fucking stupid ass comment. No, those are a product of us as Americans failing. That's what they are. When kids fail in New York City and are acting that way, it's still a product of us not doing our job as Americans in caring for people, caring for civilians, caring for what is happening in this country. We can all sit here and beat our chest and say, we're Republicans, it doesn't concern us. It fucking does, because if you truly are an American, if you truly are a conservative, what happens in New York City should piss you off and you should think about it all the time. The kids that are shooting, the Cannon Hittons that are murdered in broad daylight, the Sequoia Turners that are shot and killed by BLM crowds in Atlanta, Georgia, and all the other kids. Do you know the first shooting of this year was a 14-year-old who was murdered at a New Year's Eve party? Nobody cares about this. They don't talk about it. It sucks, dude. It sucks. And people want to just like pretend like it's I don't know, bro. I don't know. It just pisses me off. It pisses me off because I know what's going to happen. I know what's going to happen is we're going to have this back and forth about this. And you know who's going to be dragged through the mud? All these innocent victims. And you already see it online. You already see some people saying, well, maybe if Christians weren't trying to indoctrinate people and blah, blah. You already see it online. Already. And then you have the left or the right doing the same thing, being like, oh, all transgender people. Here's my belief. I believe gender dysphoria is a disease. And based on the medical doctors, every single trans person has gender dysphoria. If you listen to any of the complaints from someone that does want to live the life in a different world, they suffer from depression. They shouldn't be able to own guns based on that premise. We heard during congressional hearing, and I'm not talking about everybody in general. You should have to prove, God, and I know I sound fucking liberal saying this, but you should have to prove that you are fit to own a gun in the United States. I firmly believe that because we have too many fucking mental health issues. You got TikTok fucking, saying, oh, are you having trouble struggling? Call this number. We'll give you ADHD meds. Parents don't even need to know. Like, dude, it's everywhere. It's fucking everywhere. And I don't know how to fix it. My belief is like we should do everything we can to protect kids. Banning AR-15s does shit because the majority of the shootings that take place in schools are not done with AR-15s. Okay? So that doesn't even, it's not even an argument. One way you could do it, because there is a tremendous amount of mass shootings or a tremendous amount of school shootings or accidental shootings in schools that occur because kids take their parents' guns that are not restricted, that are not locked up, like the little fucking 6-year-old who shot their 3rd grade teacher or 2nd grade teacher in Virginia Beach. It's the same thing. It's stupid, dude. It's stupid. And I don't know how you fixed it. I don't know how you fix it. I don't know how you make it better. I really don't. I wish I did. I wish I knew how to make sense of shit. I really do. The Quartering just read one of my tweets. Well, his coffee sucks. Mine's better. Ha! No, I'm just kidding. But do you know what I mean? I don't know how to make it better. I like that picture of the little girl with her hand in the window just bawling on the school bus outside of this thing, dude. And that just got me because I'm like, we are not doing enough. All the Republicans could say, well, my Second Amendment shouldn't be infringed, but you're not putting forth anything to try to fix this. Because what about, if you believe you have the right to leave a gun out in the presence of a kid, you are a fucking shitty human being. Excuse my language, but that's the truth. I'm someone that loves guns. I got plenty of them. I'm someone that loves them. You know what? They're always fucking locked up, and I change the passcodes every month on the locks, on the keypads. Why? Because I don't know if my kids are going to figure out the code. And it sucks. It sucks. And the more I think about it, the more I'm like, we have to be able to do better. Just in general, we have to. And I don't know how to do it. I don't know. Someone said, then if you said the USA, they would say you're white supremacists to take your gun. Yeah, but that's the thing is red flag laws don't work. You can because red flag laws aren't just about disqualifying gun owners or disqualifying mental health, suffering gun owners. That's not what it is. Red flag laws are the way that they're written now, they're being abused because someone can go in and levy a complaint. One of you guys could go in, say, Steve said blah, blah, blah on a show, and then petition the court to actually come and take my guns without me being charged with anything. And then I have to pay to get the right back to own guns. That is why red flag laws are flawed. And that's why conservatives won't support them. Most people, most Americans support enhanced background checks. I am one of them. I believe that we should make sure that people are mentally fit to own guns. There are so many people that are not mentally fit. And then you can go into the argument, who determines whether they're mentally fit? Doctors, okay? And yeah, I know doctors are liberal. I've heard all these fucking arguments. I don't know how you fix it. I'll be honest. I don't know how you fix it. I really don't. But I feel like we got to do something. But I don't know how you fix it. You know? Because they're abused. I think there should. I was surprised to learn in Tennessee they don't. I think in Virginia we have a law where if you have kids in your house, you have to have your guns locked up. I was surprised Tennessee has no such requirement. I was surprised many states didn't. Do you know what I mean? I was surprised many states didn't. Someone said, no, his wife is a Dem. Listen, I don't know what you're talking about with my wife, but I would prefer that you don't do that at all. Like, I could talk about my wife. That's on Twitch. But I prefer you not do it. All right? You know, because if you use that for a reason for me thinking rationally, it's going to piss me off and I'll likely just ban you. Do you know what I mean? And it's not about free speech. It's about fuck off. You know? Just to be honest, yes, my wife is a liberal. Okay? She doesn't like guns. But you know what? I have a fear. I feel these mass shootings in schools far more. You know why? Because both of my fucking kids are in school and my wife is a teacher. And it scares the fuck out of me every single day. Every single day. I asked her again today to quit. Every single day. It scares the fuck out of me. You know why? Because I'm a half an hour away. I hear them. They're applauding these Nashville police officers for getting there 14 minutes. 14 minutes! 14 minutes. This scumbag was inside systematically killing and executing people. 14 minutes from the first call in, which was when gunfire was erupting. 14 minutes. They're all applauding him on the back. They went in with a 5-man team. Fuck that, bro. 14 minutes? Are you fucking kidding me? They should have had cops in the school. They should have had the teachers armed. They should have had whatever they have to do to make sure that the students are safe because people are fucking nuts. People are nuts, and it's not just transgender female to male fucking weirdos. That's not what it is. It's everybody is nuts. Everybody is nuts. Someone said, how can you advocate for red flag laws knowing they are corrupt? The liberals' game is to get their own legal FAs. Because, Daniel, what you are exhibiting right now is what everybody does. You only heard a fraction of what I said, so you turned off to everything else. Because I said I support red flag laws if they work. You can't hear that because your mind is so focused on taking trigger words and pretending that everything else doesn't matter. And I'm not saying that to be mean, but that is the problem with Americans today. That's the problem with all of us, me included. Because the first thing we do is we hear a trigger word and we turn off to the rest of the conversation because we assume that that person is making talking points that we disagree with, that we were triggered about, right? But that's not what I said. I said I would support red flag laws that actually work. But you don't have that because they're abused now. You know, it's fucking crazy, bro. It's crazy. Ay, dude. I don't know, man. It scares the shit out of me. It does. It scares the shit out of me because I don't have a solution for this. I know banning AR-15s isn't going to stop mass shootings because the majority of the mass shootings are not with AR-15s. Okay, they're not. You could. Here's one thing: you could actually systematically reduce mass shootings or school-related shootings. Let's just call them that: school-related shootings that occur at a school, during school, after school, at football games. You could dramatically reduce those by passing simple laws that say that, hey, you must lock up your gun. And then people are like, well, how do you enforce that, right? Because you can't go kicking in people's doors to make sure their guns are locked up. No, if your kid does something stupid, you go to jail for fucking like a mandatory 50 years if your kid steals your gun. That's like people, because that, what if you read, or Fox News, like they passed gun control measures today that said everybody that has a gun in their home must lock that gun up, because if you don't and your kid gets that gun and goes out and shoots someone, whether it's an accident or not, you will serve a mandatory term of 190 years in jail. You think that those people aren't going to go out right then and buy gun safes? You know they're going to. I would fucking, even though I already got gun safes, I'd go and buy more just in case. Do you know what I mean? But I don't know, bro. I don't know. It's crazy. It's crazy because as much as we all want these things to change, I don't think people really want it to. Because if they did, we would actually enact, certain, rules and regulations to actually try to stop those. Someone said, so you don't support them because they don't work. I don't. Red flag laws don't work. You know why? Because people don't report when someone is disqualified for guns or they're abused, right? And so like the North Carolina guy that had a coworker that said he was making threats. And so they took his guns. I believe it was in North Carolina. They took his guns and he wasn't able to get them back because he had a liberal judge that didn't like guns. And even though he didn't exhibit any threat, even though he didn't face any criminal charges whatsoever, the judge ordered that he is not allowed to possess guns based merely on the fact that someone else levied complaints and allegations against him. And that is true. So, and that was done as part of red flag laws. So because that happened, because we have a track record of red flag laws not working, I can't support red flag laws because they could be abused, or they just simply don't work. Again, the Buffalo shooting, perfect example of when red flag laws are in place, but they don't work. Because that guy still got a gun after he threatened to shoot his whole high school up 7 months earlier. He still was able to buy a gun, still was able to plan a manifesto, still was able to go into a supermarket and execute 11 people. Someone said all schools need armed security, but we shouldn't even have armed security. But yes, I agree. I couldn't believe that the school didn't have anyone armed in it. But shit, you can't even go to church without being armed. You can't go anywhere without being armed. But we shouldn't even have to. You shouldn't have to. Someone said, can I lock you up if someone steals your car and hurts someone with it? Again, if kids steal your gun and shoot someone, I could be honest with you. If someone, if say your kid took a gun from your house that you didn't really lock up, and if something happened to my kid, whether it was an accident or not, you would not be alive. I could promise you that. I would spend the rest of my life in jail gladly. Because if you're that irresponsible as a human being, then you don't deserve to breathe the air that everybody else does. And I don't think that's far or extreme. I think it's honest. Someone said jump around the question. I didn't see a question. I see like 17 different chats right now. Not really. It's like 5 different chats. So it's hard for me to see a question. If you have a particular question, just write it in capital letters on Twitch and I'll try to, if you have a question for me, do it. Johnny Arcade said, it sounds like you should be red flag. No, what I believe is protecting my family at all costs. And if someone takes something from me, especially one of my kids, you're done. You're done. I mean, look at the guy that I caught breaking into my car years ago when my child was a baby. I beat the crap out of him. Why? Because to me, it was an attack on me personally. It was an attack on my family, my livelihood. He was going through my shit. So yeah, he got his ass beat. And I don't think that's wrong. I don't think it's wrong at all. And apparently neither did the cops. Because he went to jail and I didn't. And he was beat up. He went to the hospital first. Some said I lose my razor. No. I'm doing the beard, bro. Because I want to. I don't care. Speaking of doing something, today we're doing a TV giveaway. Okay? But there's a caveat to this. All right? Because not only are we doing a TV giveaway, we are going to do something different. I'm going to take 50% of all the profits for this TV giveaway, and I'm going to donate it to the Covenant School. I found on their website how I can make a contribution directly to them, to the school where this incident happened today. So I'm going to take 50% of everything that's made today, 50% of the total revenue, not profit, 50% of the total revenue, and I'm going to donate that today. The way you can enter, and we're doubling up. So basically for every dollar that you send in, that's one entry. Okay, so if you send a Cash App for $10, you have 10 entries. $100 is 100 entries. Venmo, same thing. PayPal, same thing. I could see it. It's going to take me a long time to total it, so we'll run it until we'll run it straight through until tomorrow, and then tomorrow night we'll do the live giveaway. So, and then I'll donate 50% of it right on the air. So, because whenever I make the contributions, everyone's like, "You don't really do it," so I'll do it right on the air, so you guys can all see. But that's my way of doing it. So, if you do want to do that, like I said, for every dollar that you send, you'll have one entry into this giveaway that we're doing. And then we will be donating 50% of the profits to the Covenant School directly through their website. And we'll do it live on the air tomorrow. So you have from now until tomorrow to do that. And April will put the links in the chat, or the Nightbot already did it, so you could see it. And so the Cash App, and I think Larry already sent a Cash App as well. So Larry, for example, he sent $10. So he already has 10 entries. My son just texted me and said they're making a CSGO too. Yes, I know. One of my viewers said. But yeah, if you want a chance to win a TV, and if we do a good amount, then we'll do a big ass TV. I think the biggest TV we ever gave away was 65 or 70 inches. I don't remember. But so there we go. So, and I'll try to shout it out when people do it as well. So Joan with 20, so she has 20 entries. Someone said all schools should have enhanced security. May not stop shootings, but I guarantee it will make it harder. I agree. Deborah has 10 entries. And like I said, we'll do the giveaway live tomorrow night on the air, because it's going to take me a lot to total, because I have to go through each name and say, okay, you did 10, so that's 10 entries. You know what I mean? But yeah. And so we'll give away a TV tomorrow live on the air, and we'll do the donation live on the air, because I'll already know the total at that point. We're allowed to have guns and carry here too, said Alice. I know that, I mean, they do like guardians, right? In some states where the teachers are allowed to carry. I mean, in my state, we have cops at every school. They're literally detailed there. They do not leave. They're there the whole time. But it sucks, because we shouldn't even have to have that, you know? I don't know how you fix it. I really don't. I don't know how you fix it. And what makes it worse is this lady that wanted to be a dude apparently plotted the attack on this Christian school and these kids. It's fucking horrible, dude. It's horrible, man. Brian said, sorry, what's your Venmo? Here, I'll just leave these up. So you could do Venmo, PayPal, or Cash App. So Larry got another, what do you get? Another 10 entries. Eric did 100 entries. But yeah, dude. Carol said we have a cop at every school in Boise, Idaho. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's what we have here as well. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's just sad. It's just sad. Because it always seems to happen, and it continues to happen, and we have these same things. We go through the same talking points. The left says we have to go after AR-15s. You know, the right says mental health stuff. April, can you spam that link in there? Just keep doing it. Just change the link so it shows the different ones. So it shows the Cash App and Venmo. It's also on your screen, so if you're watching on like a TV or something, you could scan either of those codes. That's a wrong link, God writes. We just want the donate links today because we're raising money. Barbara got some entries. I don't know how much, but 20 entries. Edith with 10 entries. Yes, one entry for every dollar sent will win a TV. 50% will donate to the Covenant School. There you go. Yeah, so it's there, Cash App. You'll see it. Look for this message in the chat. That message will tell you everything you got to do. And she'll keep putting it. Someone said new age limit increase, can't carry or own a firearm until 35. I don't know. No, that's stupid. No. I listen, I don't know how you fix it. I really don't. I don't know how you fix it. You know, the majority of these guns are not legally acquired. These guns, apparently 2 of them, they said, were legally acquired. It didn't say whether she purchased them herself. But again, what would red flags even work? She was not on police radar. There was no mental health, things other than her, the gender dysphoria. There was no mental health stuff about it. There was no mental health. Cindy has 10 entries. Eric has another 100 entries. He's going big. Someone said attacking law-abiding gun owners is not the solution. Yeah, I agree. So I don't know. I really don't know how you fix it. I want to know, like, if other people have actual ideas. I don't know how you do it. Is there a PayPal? Yeah, live at Freight Broker Live. Here, I can get the PayPal link. I think it's paypal.com. No, isn't it me? PayPal.me/Freight Broker Live. Is that it? Because PayPal works too if you want. Yeah, this is it. Copy. So here's that one. Here's PayPal. If you click that link, you can do PayPal. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how you fix it. Someone said anywhere near Richmond, California, the air raid sirens are going off. That's weird. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It's very odd. And it's very frustrating because I know, and I said it to my wife, I said it's going to be hijacked. Any good that comes out of this, there's nothing good that can come out of this at all. Plus, there's just some weird shit, dude. Yeah, there's some weird shit. You had some lady, I forgot what her name is now. Let me try to find this one because I had it open. You had some lady, Ashby Beasley, who was at a 4th of July parade, I guess last year, when that mass shooting in Highland Park, I believe is when it was. And she just spoke in front of Congress and blah, 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 and in front of 100 congressmen. The thing that doesn't make any sense to me is why the fuck was she in Nashville? She's the lady that interrupted the press briefing and gave this impassionate speech about all this stuff. You know what I mean? It's absolutely crazy. And she just happens to be there, which I just find fishy as fuck. Do you know what I mean? But she was. Christine with a $20 entry. Eric really wants his fucking TV because he just really wants to donate, one or the other. But because he did another 100, so he's got 300 entries so far. But again, for everybody that doesn't know what we're doing a TV giveaway, that we do all the time. I don't know how. There's probably TV winners right now. Like, who else in chat right now has won a TV from me? Because I know there's someone. But what we're doing is a TV giveaway. For every dollar that you send, you have one entry. So if you send $100, you got 100 entries. We're gonna run it all the way through until tomorrow. We will pick a winner live on the air, and so it's gonna end probably tomorrow around 5:00 because it's gonna take me forever to put the entries so they make sense with all the different ones, and then we are going to do the live giveaway, and then we're going to donate half of the total amount that was raised. We're going to donate that live on the air to the Covenant School, which is where this mass shooting today took place. So we will do that. So you can do it via Cash App, Venmo, or PayPal. I was telling my wife, like, I almost didn't even do a live stream today. If you notice, like, a lot of you guys were tweeting at me all day, being like, "What the fuck, Steve? Like, you're making us listen to Lookner. Where the hell are you?" I couldn't bring myself to do it. I couldn't bring myself to get to go live. I was it's rough. It was rough. It's rough watching it. I kept thinking about my family and the fact that whenever someone says you always think it can't happen here, it's like, I don't know, man. It just doesn't make any sense. Like, how do we stop it? Removing AR-15s doesn't necessarily stop it. because the majority, would that have stopped this one? Yeah. So it is not making it, socially acceptable to try to live as something you're not. But is that a reasonable, choice? No, probably not either. I don't know. Because again, I believe in freedom of expression. If you want to express yourself in a way that I don't agree with, that's your fucking right to do. And I know some of you guys don't believe that. I understand that. Listen, we all are individuals. We all have weird, points of view. I believe if it takes putting on a dress to make a dude happy, then fuck it. Put on that dress, brother. Don't expect me to call you a lady. But you wear your dress, stay away from my kids, not because because it's weird. I don't want my kids to be like, Dad, I want to wear a dress. Do you know what I mean? But if my kids said, Dad, I want to wear a dress, I'd be like, fuck, when you're 18, wear a dress if you want. Till you're 18, fuck off. You know what I mean? Because that's my right as a dad, But I don't know. Someone said hormone therapy. You don't know any of that. And I see everybody commenting on that shit on social media. You don't know what this chick was taking. You don't know if she was on test. You don't know if she was on hormones. You don't know if she was on E-blockers. You don't know anything she was taking. So anyone trying to say any of that shit it's fucking stupid. It's stupid. Callie Pepper said, Steve, have you taught your kids what to do in the event of a shooting? I have. And I said, the first thing you are to do for the older boy is to call me. I don't give a fuck if the teacher says don't do it. I said, he will be so fucked if he doesn't call me. And I said that to my wife as well. I said, you get all the kids to safety, and then you send me a text. You send whatever. Because I'll tell you what, if I get to that school and they haven't made entry yet, good luck fucking stopping me. Remember, we are sponsored by Spartan Armor. I've got more body armor than a normal human being, and I'm always armed. And I can tell you what, there's not a fucking chance in hell that I would stand by, But the thing that, God, it bugs me. It bugs me so much, and I don't want to critique the police, right? I don't want to critique Nashville PD, but they're applauding a 14-minute response time. 14 minutes. 14 minutes from the time the first 911 call came in to the time, till the time they engaged the suspect. 14 minutes. That's not a good response time, because you should have already been there. 14 minutes, and they're like, oh, they're applauding it like it was some big accomplishment. And they said it was 2 officers as part of a 5-man team. And I'm like, okay, so when was that? That's what I want to know. When was the first time? When was the first police officer on scene? And did he not go in? I don't know. Someone said better than Uvalde, but still too long. That's not true, actually, because Uvalde went into the school and then they bitched out and didn't do anything once they got in there. They're afraid of the guns. These officers went in. I think Uvalde were there within 2 minutes, weren't they? I think they were there within 2 minutes. For Uvalde, they just didn't go in after that. They didn't go in at all. Mary has 10 entries via PayPal. I missed yours. And Lynn has 25 entries. April said yes, they were. No, they were in the hallways. Someone said 45 minutes to go into the school. That is not true. They were in the hallways, standing around for the whole time. Lanny has 10 entries. God Rides has 10 entries. Joseph has 10 entries. Someone said, so, okay, now I understand. The shooter was born a male. She wanted to identify as a male, so they probably saw her dressed as a male, but the police had her driving license from her car. That's why the police said it's female. No, I don't think so. I don't think so. I think it was a female. I could be wrong, but I think it was a female. April, can you get the conclusive 100% answer to that? Was it a female trying to become a male? Because here's the thing. They talked to people that went to school with her, and they said it was a girl. And so I believe it was a female. Say yes. See, everyone's saying, no. Becky, you're wrong. It was not born as a male. It was born as a female. It was born as a female. Yes. Yeah. Female named Audrey that trans to male going by Aiden. Yeah. So again, and to be honest, it's very confusing. April was like, what was the message? I won't put her completely on blast, but April was like, it's his mom. And I said, not a him. And then she wrote LMAO. I've been he, she, he all afternoon. I was telling, confused. It's confused. It is confusing. I don't know. Michael Gillette said, will I ever become a freight broker? No, I won't. Not right now. I have other companies I run, so I'm all done with the freight broker stuff. I hurt my back today deadlifting. I didn't hurt it. It's sore, though. So you'll see me, like, sit back and be very uncomfortable. How is she a transgender, then? If she was born a female and identified as a female, how is she a transgender, then? Because she identified as a male. Look at my Twitter. It shows her profile picture saying he, him. Someone said, how stupid. Yeah, it is stupid. It is stupid. But the problem is, I don't know what the fuck it is. Was it a man? Was it a woman? You know, I don't know what it really was. Holy shit. Shut up. Brian has 10 entries. Eric has another 100 entries. And Eric, I think I saw your chat too, where you're like, I don't even want the fucking TV. Well, Eric, if you don't want the TV, then we'll donate that somewhere else too. People have done that too. We had people that won 2 or 3 TVs, so they just started donating the TVs elsewhere. Biological female identifying as a male, yeah. It was very confused. Yeah, I don't know. But here's the thing. How do you... What do you do? Like, how do you stop this? Like, that's what I don't understand. I don't understand. How do you stop this? Buying guns isn't going to stop it. Or banning AR-15s isn't going to stop this. Could that have potentially stopped it? Yeah, so could have a million other things. Parents who paid attention. Friends who paid attention. What the manifest. Did anyone else have access to it? Did anyone else have an obligation to say something? Mental health workers do if you're going to harm yourself or others. I mean, what the fuck, dude? Like, what, and the gender dysphoria thing, that's real. It's a diagnosable psychiatric disease or mental health issue, whatever you want to call it. It's in the DSM-5 TR. I don't know what the TR is. I think that's a new one. But what do you do? Someone said, until we stop the black market, we can't stop it. Again, you're assuming that these guns were bought illegally, which we know at least 2 of them were not. 2 of them were bought legally. At least 2 of them were bought legally, although they didn't say who. And here's another thing. I flipped out when we knew who it was. I wasn't writing it online, but we knew who it was, but we weren't saying shit, right? And media wasn't, media as a whole wasn't really saying shit. The police weren't saying shit. It gave social media enough time to delete the entire profile. And then if you see how the media is reporting this mass shooting, they're just saying 28-year-old female. They're leaving out the whole trans ideology as part of anything when we know that was one of the motivations, according to the police chief. That is what they're investigating. The trans ideology is why she targeted this Christian school. Someone said liberalism is what I call it. It's an unfortunate mental disorder. Yeah, but it's not just liberals. There are Republican trans people. There are. So to try to label all trans people as liberals, that's false. You can't do that because some of them are conservative, or not. Well, they line up more with Republican talking points. I won't say conservative because, well, I don't. I don't think you could be conservative. You could be Republican, however. Because and see, maybe that's flawed too. Maybe I need to change that way of thinking too. Because I think conservative also means a very firm belief in God. You know what I mean? At least for me. And so, yeah, I don't know. Someone said, hopefully the POS killed herself. No, she was shot and killed by police. Someone said it was definitely a targeted attack at the school. Yes, police already said. She had a map of the school, a drawn-out map that literally laid out when she was going to shoot, how she was going to shoot. They found it in her house. That's the thing. They found it very quickly. They found all this stuff very quickly in the parents' home. They found a manifesto where she apparently talked about doing this whole thing. And I mean, how do you stop it, dude? Do you know what I mean? How do you stop? What? Someone stabbed a staffer for Senator Rand Paul today in broad daylight. What the fuck? Really? Where? On the streets in DC? Well, I don't see anything about that. There's no news articles with him. Maybe on Twitter. But I wasn't checking Twitter. Man. Conservatives. I mean, Justin, a staffer for U.S. Senator Rand Paul, has been reportedly stabbed multiple times with a knife in broad daylight in Washington, D.C. Stabbed in head and torso. Oh, my gosh. Oh, this was this weekend. This past weekend, a member of my staff was brutally attacked in broad daylight in Washington, D.C. I ask you to join Kelly and me in praying for a speedy and complete recovery and thanking the first responders, hospital staff, and police for their diligent actions. We are relieved to hear the suspect has been arrested. At this time, we would ask for privacy so everyone can focus on healing and recovery. So what? Why are we just hearing about it at the end of Monday if it was this weekend? It's just breaking now. But where? Oh, he was stabbed in D.C. in broad daylight. Jesus Christ. So was that a targeted attack on him too? And why are we just finding out now? That should have came out yesterday, if that's the truth. You know? And Coley said politically motivated or isolated. I don't know. Was reported as breaking news. Yeah, because they just broke it. It's crazy shit, dude. Crazy shit. As a reminder, we are doing a TV giveaway. You can enter anytime from now all the way up until 5 o'clock tomorrow. The way you do it, send a Cash App, a Venmo, a PayPal. Every dollar that you send in is going to be an entry. So if you send $1, that's one entry, $10, 10 entries, $100, 100 entries. We're giving away a fifth. Well, at this point, because of Eric, we'll do a 60-inch flat screen TV. If we, continue to do the same thing, it may be a 70-inch flat screen TV. But we will be giving away a flat screen TV during our live stream tomorrow night. And then we're going to take half of the total revenue, so not the profits. So meaning I'm probably not going to make shit, but whatever, it's worth it. We're going to donate half of the total revenue that I bring in to the Covenant School, which is where this mass shooting took place. And I'll make that donation right on their website live on the air. So everyone can, because some people are like, make the donations, even though everybody knows that I do. But yeah. Justin with something said, host, be yourself. Oh, I'm being myself. That's why people get pissed off. But yeah, so if you want to do that, you could do Cash App, Venmo, or PayPal. Those are the three ways. I thought about integrating it into the store today, but there's no reason because we're going to donate it, and I don't want to pay all the credit card fees. So what else? It's just crazy, dude. It's just crazy. King Doctor said, I love how real you are. Yeah, I mean, it gets me in trouble. It gets me in trouble. People hate it. People hate that I'm honest, and I'm not going away. I'm going to keep doing it. It's just frustrating. But yeah, this whole thing is just crazy. It's hard to... normally when I talk about something like this, I feel better. I don't feel better because I still have no solution to it. I really don't. So I don't feel better because normally I feel better when I'm talking about this kind of shit. I have but I don't in this instance, which is kind of odd. You know what I mean? And again, I just keep seeing that little fucking kid on the school bus, that photo. And I don't want to even look for that photo because it's the most terrifying. It's the most straight up photo. You know what I mean? And it's just a little girl on a school bus and she's crying and she has her hand on the window And she apparently was escorted out of the school today. She couldn't have been 8, 9 years old. I mean, the kids that were killed were fucking 9, dude. 9. 2 9-year-olds and an 8-year-old who was almost 9. My kid is fucking, he's turns 8 next month. It's just fucking crazy, man. It's crazy that people can be so evil to do that. What's even crazier to me is that people can be so blind to it. Do you know what I mean? That people that are on social media can be like, they're literally pissed off that the people on social media are dead gendering, so they're not respecting that some chick wanted to be known as he, him. No. We should just refer to it as a piece of shit. That a kid killer, because that's exactly what it is. Brian with 10 entries. Tanya with 15 entries. I think I'm caught up on saying the entries. I'm probably not. There was a lot of Cash Apps that came quickly, so I missed it. No, I'm caught up. Lonnie, you have 10 entries as well. It's just sad, man. It's sad, and I don't know how you fix it. I don't know how you fix it. I don't know how Michelle Bunton said MSM is to blame. You made Greg Gutfield at the end of the 5, right after, or not, maybe not the end of the 5, but it was right after they showed the press conference at 5 o'clock. Greg Gutfield made a really good point because he did say virtually the same thing. He said, we are to blame. We are the reason this keep happening because we are the ones that talk about it. We are the ones that keep promoting it. We are the ones that promote this and talk about the victims and talk about this and show what's actually going on. But then what do you do? Like, how do you not cover this stuff? Because you have a responsibility too, because everybody should know that this is happening in the schools. But the problem is I don't think enough people actually care. I don't think enough people actually care and want to make things better. I don't. I don't think people care. And maybe they will someday. I don't know. It's frustrating to me because you would think it wouldn't be that difficult to fix some of the issues that are going on. You would think. At least I think that. It wouldn't be as difficult. But for some reason, we are struggling with it. We're struggling to try to fix the mental health crisis in this country. We're struggling with all that stuff. And we can't do it. And because the left is trying to pretend like it's not an issue. And the right is trying to pretend like it is the only issue. Because let's be honest, that's not the only issue. Because dealing with mental health isn't going to stop the little kid who brings a gun into school thinking it's cool and accidentally shoots his friend. That's not going to stop it. How do you stop that? By making sure that guns are secure. But how do you actually make sure guns are secure? The only way you could do it without invading on the privacy of people is by restricting or charging the parents when their kids are negligent. Like, for example, the little kid, the 6-year-old that brought the gun in and shot his teacher in Virginia Beach. They obviously decided they can't charge a 6-year-old because the kid doesn't know what the fuck he did. But they also can't. They decided that they're not charging the parent as of right now. They're not charging the mom either, which doesn't make any fucking sense. I would expect that if my kid did something like that, I would be charged. I would expect it. I would demand it because it doesn't make sense otherwise. Andrew said psychiatrists dish out meds that help drive this crap. You are 100% true as well. Like I was saying on TikTok, literally you can go online right now and you're going to see teenagers talking about their ADHD meds and how it allows them to be able to think. Someone said Newport News is not Virginia Beach. It's the same fucking place. They're literally all in the same area of geographically. So if I messed up and I said Virginia Beach and it was Newport News, I don't care. I mean, it doesn't really matter. Look up 6-year-old shoots fucking teacher and it's going to tell you where it is. I know. Sorry. You probably just got really offended because I talked stern to you and swore. I apologize. I'm going to try this new thing where after I lose my temper, I will apologize to you and I'll walk around burning patchouli. Or no, sage. That's what they burn. The fucking dirty hippies. That's what they burn. I'm not doing that shit. Someone said military assault weapons. They're not military assault weapons. AR-15 isn't a military assault weapon. Matter of fact, you're not even allowed to use AR-15s when you hunt. Why? Because it's not powerful enough. Go figure that one. But again, most mass shootings, 72% of all mass shootings in the United States are not committed with AR-15s. In fact, only 12% are. 72% of all mass shootings are committed by handguns. And the majority of the people that shoot the gun are otherwise prohibited from even owning the gun in the first place. So they're criminals, they're minors that aren't legally able to own a gun. You know what I'm saying? People have to be honest. People have to be honest. Someone said, take my shoes off. I should, because my ankles are still fucking swollen from the drive yesterday. I'm not even joking. Yesterday, my feet hurt so bad. They were very swollen, and that's because of fast food and stuff like that. That was I can't even say his name. April, figure out who I'm trying to tell you to get rid of on my chat on YouTube. I can't say his name, but I believe you will. I believe you'll find it. Christine said, you have lost your temper with me so many times I don't care because your personality is just like mine. Yes. Virginia Beach, Newport News is all no fun. Yes, it is. Sorry, Steve. Certain states do allow AR-15 for hunting. Yes, certain states do. Someone said, did I just say the military doesn't use AR-15s? No, I said it's not a military gun. You wouldn't classify it as a military gun. A military gun would be like an M4A2 or whatever, M2A4, M2A1, whatever the fuck it is. I don't know. See, for me personally, I don't own rifles. Why? Because I don't need them. I've got a lot of handguns. Why? Because I carry every single day. I don't have rifles. I have no need for it. I'm not going to go target shooting. And if someone breaks into my house and a 40 cal can't drop them quick enough, then a fucking 310-pound dude running at him full speed, preparing to rip his throat out is going to do it as he's shooting. Do you know what I mean? I don't need it. And plus my house is so freaking small anyway, it doesn't matter. I can just run through the wall. Do you know what I mean? I don't know. So, Wendy said, I care so much about crap like that. I pulled my kids out in homeschool. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. Someone said, correct, the armed forces would never use a civilian semi-automatic rifle. It isn't an assault rifle. There you go. Haha, I win. However, I do one day want to shoot the saw. I forgot what that fucking thing's called. It's from CSGO. But it's real. I know one Marine that used that over there. But April got him. You knew who it was. Because for one, his name was bad. I couldn't even say his name to call out his stupid comment because his name was a bannable name. So have I seen this? No, I don't care. And guys, you have to understand the next trans event is going to be, it's bad. M249. Yes, that's it. The saw. Squad automatic weapon. Yes, I want to shoot one someday. It's on my bucket list. I want to. As a reminder today, guys, we are doing a TV giveaway. All you have to do is send a Cash App, Venmo, or PayPal, and you can send it anytime from now. You could do it multiple times, whatever. Anytime from now until 5 o'clock tomorrow. So if you're watching this on replay, you could still do it at any point. For every dollar that you send, that's an entry. So if you send $1, that's one entry. $10, 10 entries. $100, 100 entries into what is, as of right now, a 55-inch flat screen TV. It may go up to a 70-inch flat screen smart TV. I'm not sure. As of right now, a 55-inch flat screen. And then tomorrow we'll do the giveaway live because it stops at 5 o'clock because then I have to total up all the numbers. And then at 8 o'clock when I go live, we'll do the giveaway, and then we will take 50% of the total revenue, the total amount that comes in. As of right now, just so you guys understand, as of right now, it's not as much as it should be. I want this to be like the Riot Nights. As of right now, we'll be donating about $250. 300 and something. I don't know. I mean, you want to know the total? But I thought it would be more like the Riot Nights. So that's like that. And I don't know how much was on PayPal. So we're looking at 350, $400. Blue Line Defense with a $10 super chat. Again, you just got to do Cash App or Venmo if you want to be into it. You said if you need a firearm consultant or contributor, we're happy to help. We're 7 manufacturers. You can help with laws and nomenclature. That's around the industry. All right, buddy. Yeah, you've been watching for a long time too. Some said better than nothing. Yeah. Mima said if I win, donate the TV money too. Yeah, and you'll have the option to do that if you want. If you don't want the TV and you want to just donate it. But you got to be watching. Someone said, I shot a saw in Afghanistan back in 2014. I've got it on video. My channel burning through a 100-round belt. It was a snub nose saw. So much fun. Yeah. Yeah. Someone said, interesting Facebook not showing killings, things like this. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think a lot of social media is trying their best to try to keep everything silent about this too, because it doesn't fit the narrative, like at all. This is a completely polar opposite. For one, even if this chick wasn't a trans dude, you know, wants to be a dude, even if that wasn't the case, just the mere fact that it was a female that did this, you know, committed this offense, it's very, very uncommon for it to be a female. You know, it's very, very uncommon. Someone said you could shoot a saw in Las Vegas. Can you? Denise said, not a joke, looking at the tweet right now. What tweet? I don't know what tweet you're talking about. Nukes on the move? What nukes on the move? The fuck are you talking about? What the hell is happening? I hate. And then people are putting fucking murder footage online too of a Vancouver, Canada murder that took place. And they're posting it online. I don't know, bro. Someone said Colorado Springs shooter identified as non-binary. The Denver shooter identified as trans. The Aberdeen shooter identified as trans. Nashville shooter identified as trans. I only know the Nashville shooter and one of the Colorado ones identified as trans. I don't know any others. And let's not. I mean, guys, this isn't. If you hyper focus on the fact that that it was a trans person and not the fact that this person was radicalized and plotted to kill kids, and it pisses you off more that they're trans than the fact that they killed kids, it's bad, dude. It's bad. We already talked about Rand Paul. Oh, DC Trans Day of Vengeance. Yeah, I fuck it. I don't care. I don't fucking care. Not all trans people are homicidal maniacs that want to go kill kids. Okay? And I'm not saying that you're saying that either, but I don't care if they want to go out and fucking march and protest and do all that weird shit. I don't fucking care. It doesn't affect me. It's not going to change. I don't care. I know everybody wants me to care so much about trans people fucking living their lives. I don't care. I don't fucking care. The only time I care is if they're trying to do drag dances in front of kids. The only time I care is if they're trying to push that kind of ideology in schools. And ironically, the people that are pushing that ideology are not trans people. Does anybody not realize that? The trans people are not the ones that are pushing that radical trans ideology. It's straight people. It's women. It's liberals. It's the fucking Biden administration. And that's the truth. That's the truth. It's crazy shit, man. We live in a crazy ass time. Someone said, did I see your PayPal? I only saw 3 so far on PayPal. Unless there's only 3 so far. I'm not logged into PayPal, so I can't tell. Here, I'll log in real quick. Someone said, bro, you squeaked. Probably. My chair, maybe? Was it my chair or was it me? I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I think people are so hyper-focused on No, we've got Mary, Lynn, and Erica. Those are the 3 PayPals so far. Denise in Virginia said, that doesn't bother me either. I was just letting people know, Steve. I've always said that. Yeah, and I'm not trying to accuse. Like, listen, if you're someone that shares, like, do you also share car shows and bake sales and all that shit? Because it's the same fucking thing. They're gonna march out. They're gonna be stupid. I don't even know what they're fucking. They're calling it. They're saying that there's. Fuck, I don't fucking care. I really don't. We did this by promoting this and having all the problems with it and all the same shit. We all did this. We all failed as Americans. We failed these fucking kids. Me, you, every single one of us. We failed. We failed. As a society, we failed. And it's fucking disgusting. And now we're going to go back and forth for months and months and months, and we're only going to talk about trans this. Every time there's another mass shooting, and there's a high likelihood within the next 13 days, there's going to be another school shooting. Someone said, speak for yourself. Smoked Out Entertainment. Are you an American? Because you don't believe America's failed? If people are going out here and killing kids, you don't believe that is a failure of America? Because I certainly believe it is. And I believe it's our job. It's our job to make Americans feel comfortable in whatever way, however they want to live their life. It's our fucking job. I know it sounds liberal as shit, and I almost puke a little bit every time I say it, but I firmly believe it. I don't understand the trans shit. I'm never going to understand it. Is it ever going to be normal in my eyes? No, it's not. But I will still respect people that are not trying to indoctrinate our kids, that are simply trying to live their life because that is how they feel comfortable. I will fight for that right. Because why? I believe in the freedom of expression. As long as they're leaving kids alone, as long as they're not being fucking weird and walking around naked, showing their shit all over this place, I don't care. And I firmly, firmly believe when we allow this kind of stuff, when a young child gets murdered in Chicago, when people are, going without food every single day, when Americans are dying, when people are dying in car accidents, when they're drunk driving, every single bad thing that happens to America falls squarely on the shoulders of all of us Americans. It doesn't fall squarely on the shoulders of everyone else. You know why? Because we all have the power to affect change, even if it's on a small level. And I know a lot of people believe, your vote doesn't count and all that. Fuck that. It does. And once you actually do, once you understand it, you'll understand it. But I don't know. But that's my belief. And I understand that not a lot of people do it. Someone said, how does it show on PayPal? Because it said the 15 went to no reply at Google. I don't know where you sent it. That's not even my PayPal. That PayPal address that I put in there, if you clicked on that would have taken you directly to PayPal where you can make the entry there if you want to do that. God, Steve? Yeah, but see, I'm not the one to judge. God judges. I'm not going to pass judgment on someone that wants to fucking dress as a girl. I don't fucking care. It doesn't affect me. He has another battle, or she, or whatever the proper pronoun is, has another battle when they try to get to heaven. That's on them. It's not on me. Do you know what I mean? It's not on me to pass judgment on anybody else. Thou shalt not judge. Isn't that like a fucking one of the 10 commandments? People have to realize that. We should not be judging everybody else all the time. And we all do it. Everybody does. Look at all these fucking Republicans sharing all these pictures of the black kids beating up the white kids. And we're passing judgment and saying, oh, look what they're doing. What are you noticing? I'm noticing 2 fucking American kids are beating the fuck out of each other. And it's senseless and it's stupid. I don't see race in all this shit. I mean, I don't see race in this shit. You can't not see the trans thing because fucking it's a dude dressed up as a girl or a girl dressed up as a guy. It's fucking weird. You know what I mean? But again, I believe it's their right. Someone said we are to judge righteously. Okay, I don't give a fuck. I'm not going to judge. And I don't know why anybody else. I don't know why anybody else thinks that it's your place to try to tell someone else how to live. If it affects other kids and that shit, yes, 100% I agree. But how do you believe it's your place? I've never understood that. And I've tried to have this conversation with Quincy before because I never understood it. He's a street preacher. What the fuck does he care if another dude is gay? I've never understood that in my life. What's it matter? You know what I mean? I've never understood that. And I don't understand why other people give two shits about it at all. You know? And that's the truth. You know, that's the truth. And I know other people have like really, bigger beliefs and all that stuff about it. You know, I get that, and that's fine. But I talked to, BCP Quincy. I talked to him for a couple of hours one night because I was trying to figure out like, just him. Like why does he think that's his role? You know? And then he's just much deeper into that shit than I ever will be. I believe in God. But I don't believe God put me on this earth to go and criticize other people for the way they choose to live their lives. That's his job. That's him. Someone said it's because it's against God's word. Again, it's not your job to pass judgment on them. Who cares if it's against God's word? You don't need to deal with it. And again, I'm not saying that you must live your life in accordance to them and make them happy. I'm not saying that at all. If a dude comes up and says, you have to call me by my proper pronouns, I'm going to be like, okay, you're a dude. You got an Adam's apple. You got a fucking full beard on your face. You're taller and stronger than me. You're a guy. I don't care if you want to be a girl. You're still a guy. If I knew someone as Sean and they wanted to be called Sandra, but I know him as Sean, I'm not going to be made to feel guilty if I keep calling him Sean, even after he changed his name, if I always knew him as Sean. Do you know what I mean? Someone said, I didn't care whom was gay until they started cramming down our throats. But again, who fucking cares? You could, come on, bro. I don't know. Listen, everybody, and some people's religion is much more stronger than mine. Some people have that belief that it is, like, I already said, my firm belief is that they all have to deal with it up there. Some people have already made peace with it. Some people are literally going to church all the time. They go to churches that are accepting, and so be it. They have to deal with that. But I firmly believe if a dude wants to live with another dude for the rest of his life and be happy, that's his right. If a girl wants to do it, that's her right. If a dude wants to wear a dress and fucking pretend he's a fucking girl, I don't care. That's his right. As long as it's not like in my fucking face. As long as they're not like, you must do this or you must be accepting of me, when I can't even think of something where I would. The best example is going into a business, right? I can and my wife and I have had arguments about this because I prefer if I see a pride flag flying outside of a business, right? I believe the American flag should be flying outside of a business, not a pride flag. That's my choice, my belief. I made the mistake of saying to my liberal wife that I wouldn't go to a particular restaurant because they have a pride flag outside of their building and not the American flag. Even if they had the American flag and the pride flag, it probably would have. I would have been more forgiving towards it. But because of the way I am and the way I believe in, and because I really believe in this country, I thought it was an offense to everyone else. And it would be like me walking around with a tattoo on my face that says, I am fucking awesome. Because I am awesome, but now I must tell everybody else that you also must recognize my awesomeness in order to be in my presence. Or no, it would be like every time someone sees me, they must say I am awesome. Or, yeah, you know what I'm saying? I just don't. It bugs me because I feel like, and I tried to explain it, and I didn't do a good job with her, and I'm not going to do a good job now, so I should probably shut up. But it feels like when they try to force something on you, which in that case, flying a big pride flag out, I don't care. You guys know the story of Stella. You know that story. That guy was gayer than gay could be gay. Best waiter, and I've literally had that. I've told the story about Stella like 7 million times. And I still remember it to this day. I can remember what he looked like. And that was what? That was before we had kids. And it wasn't forced on me. You know what I mean? But going into a place and eating at a restaurant where there's a big pride flag, to me it's like it would be like me holding a fucking like the Second Amendment flag or a Gladian flag. Well, never mind, because I have that on my license plate. But you know what I'm saying. I think people understand what I'm saying. I think people understand. But would I infringe on their right to have that flag up? No, absolutely not. If someone tore down that flag, I would even buy them a new one. You know why? Because I believe it's their right to exhibit that, and I believe that's their constitutionally protected right. Just as it's mine to be like, I don't want to go there then. Do you know what I mean? And again, it would all change if they had an American flag up as well. You know, to be completely honest with you. You know, if I had an American flag up as well, it wouldn't even bother me as much. It's just the way I think. You know? Someone said they would be pissed if you had an American flag. No, I'll be honest. I think they don't have the pride flag anymore, and I think they have an American flag. Oh, yeah, a Trump flag. There you go. If I was flying a Trump flag in the front. You know what I mean? Would I be pissed and assume that other people must come into my business because I have a Trump flag? Or if people didn't have Trump, if people got that and didn't come into my business, would it be wrong? I mean, if that was the case, I would be suing the business owner next door who refused to rent to me because I'm a conservative. I would be suing them. And instead, I have a $20,000 renovation on this place to get the store ready to open, and I could have used that money somewhere else, you know? I don't know. Gladian flag, whatever. But I think that makes sense. I think that makes sense. And I'm not trying to be critical of anyone unless I was directly critical of you, and then I was trying to be critical of you. But I'm not trying to be critical of you. Again, what I always try to say is I try to get people to understand me. Not agree with me, just understand me. And that's it. That's all I want to do. Again, we're doing a TV giveaway tomorrow. If you send a Cash App, a Venmo, or a PayPal to our Venmo, PayPal, April will put it in the chat. If you send that to me tonight, for every $1 you send, that'll be one entry to a 55-inch flat screen TV giveaway that we're going to do tomorrow. The drawing, it stops, so you can enter it as many times as you want from now until 5 o'clock tomorrow. And then at 5 o'clock tomorrow, it shuts down. I got to total it all up, add all your entries. And then when I do my live show tomorrow, we will pick the winner of the TV. Plus, we will donate half of the profit so far. So far, we're up to like $450 probably so far. And we're going to donate that directly to the Covenant School. The Covenant School is where that shooting took place today. I found where I can donate directly to them. And so that's what we'll do. And we'll also do that live on the air as well, so everybody could see it. But if you want a chance to enter, you can do Cash App, Venmo, or PayPal. You can do it at any point. So like if you wake up in the middle of the night and you're like, shit, I only sent $10. That's only 10 entries. I want to do like $500. So I get 500 entries and, have a greater likelihood of winning a sick-ass 55-inch TV. You are more than welcome to do that. Is the TV a new Zenith made in the USA? Nah, it's probably going to be a Hisense or TCL or one of those ones that I buy on Amazon and I have it sent directly to you because it's cheaper. The Zenith, I can't afford those. Zenith, do Zeniths even make them anymore? I don't even know. But I can't afford those TVs. Now, TCL or Hisense is typically what we do. Sometimes I'll do a Samsung, but I like doing the Roku TVs. I don't like doing the Samsung TVs because the Samsung TVs, they suck. Let's just be honest. But yeah. What else? As a reminder, this show and all these episodes this month are sponsored by SwitchToAmerica.com. If you want to make the switch and buy American-made products, buy American-made companies, because that's the thing. A lot of products are made here in America, but they're owned by companies that are domiciled outside of the United States. Go to SwitchToAmerica.com. Fill out the form on that page. Choose my name, Steve Oatley, as the person that referred you. And you'll either get an email or a phone call or a text message from the folks over at Switch to America, where you can run through the products you have in your house and they could tell you how you could switch to American-made, American-owned products for less money than what you're currently spending. And they do household goods, they do cleaning supplies, hygiene products. They even do beef. You can even get beef from a farm in Idaho. So go to switchtoamerica.com. Make sure you fill out that form now. And guys, even if you're like, you see what I'm saying? Everybody should go there and fill out that form. Make sure you choose my name. That way they know I'm repping it hardcore, and then maybe they'll re-sign for another month of advertising. You know what I mean? So that's why it's super important that all of you go over and fill out that form. Even if you already know you have the cheapest products, like, you know what I mean? Even if You all want to go and fill out that form. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? You know what I'm saying? What does beef come from overseas? No. So you have products like Smithfield Foods. You know that and it's funny because I was watching a NASCAR race. Smithfield Foods had a car in there, and I'm like, they're owned by the China. And did Joe Biden today say he likes Chinese chocolate nut or chocolate chip ice cream? I swear he said that he I eat Chinese chocolate chip ice cream. I played that for my wife. I gave her the backstory. Said that he knew about the shooting. The media cut to him because they were expecting him to talk about the shooting. He comes down and he talks about ice cream. It's crazy. It's crazy stuff. You know, it's crazy stuff, man. Crazy stuff. Someone said, I have 4 Zenith CRT TVs. Only way to play NES Duck Hunt. Yeah. So do they even make Zenith TVs? Like flat screen? Maybe someone was fucking with me and I didn't catch it. But I thought someone was asking, like, Zenith. Like, for real. For real. Joseph, we got your Venmo. You're in. Tamara, you're in. Blue Line Defense with the 50 entries. You're in. Michael, you're in. Cheryl, you're in. Brian, you're in with 100 entries. So, again, for anyone that doesn't know, we're doing a TV giveaway tomorrow, 55-inch. We may end up bumping that up to a 70-inch pretty soon because we're doing pretty good. Send a Cash App, a Venmo, or a PayPal. At any point, anytime, if you're watching this on replay, you could still do it. We're going to end it at 5 o'clock tomorrow. During my live stream tomorrow, we will pick the TV winner. Plus, we are going to donate half of whatever the total revenue is. Not profit, because I'm not going to subtract the TV and then do 50%. We'll do the total revenue. The TV will come out of my end. 50% of the total revenue we're going to donate directly to the Covenant School, which is where that mass shooting today took place. Yeah, we'll do that. But, and again, every Cash App or Venmo or PayPal, for every dollar you send, you get an entry. So if you send $10, you get 10 entries. You send $100, you get 100 entries. $5,000 gets you 5,000 entries. $10,000, I'll buy you 5 TVs. How about that? You just win. If you send $10,000, you get 5 TVs no matter what, and you win. Do you know what I mean? You win. Anyway, do what Janine said right here. Most important message of the day. Go hug your kids. Everybody should be doing it today if you can. Hug your kids because this fucking country is crazy. It's fucking crazy. And hopefully we figure it out. I realize we still didn't get to a conclusion of what we could have done, what we as Americans can do to stop this shit from happening. And I don't know. But what I'm going to do tonight is I'm just going to, I'm turning it all off. I'm going to go and find some movie to watch at my house, and I'm just going to relax for the rest of the night. I'm not going to play around on Twitter. I'm not going to do anything else. Today was a rough day. You know what I mean? But yeah, if you want a chance to win a TV plus make a goodwill contribution, Cash App, Venmo, or PayPal. They'll put it in the chat, and then we'll go from there. I'll see all of you guys. I'll most likely do a morning show tomorrow, and we'll talk about this as well. And then we will do the big giveaway tomorrow night. So I appreciate all you guys for watching, and I will see all of you mañana. That's how you say tomorrow in Spanish.